Hello everyone, this is ShadowMario41 and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario 64. In the last video we had double power stars all the way across the sky. And now it's time for more progress in this video as we finish up Wet Dry World, and we're actually going to start with one of my least favorite power star missions in Super Mario 64. I know in the last video I talked all about how all the little touches of Mario 64 add up to a fantastic experience, and it's spider, and it's a great game and all that, but this is one of the power star missions I hate so much. It's Express Elevator Hurry Up, and not only do I hate it so much, but I hated it to such a high degree that I actually found an easier way to do it that actually makes it not so bad. And I find that actually happens in games a lot. You'd say, oh, I hate this level, but it's actually one of the levels you're best at, only because you've tried and failed it so many times. So anyway, I'm going to use my little trick again of getting up here without, maybe not, of getting up here without having to change the water level, because that'll actually make this so much easier. I need the help of this guy, though. There we go. That works. I don't need the help of that guy. Hopefully he'll just stay in his spot. Good. So what the game intends you to do, by the way, we're going to get this power star that's up in this cage. You might have seen it before, but I'll explain what we're going to do once we get up there, because that'll actually give us a little better of a view. There's the power star we're going to get, because what the game wants you to do is raise the water level up to where you can walk on that ramp. You can see that ramp kind of through the cage on the left side over there. It wants you to walk up this ramp to try this mission, but that makes it so much harder if you have to swim in this mission at all. So I'm going to do it with no swimming. What you have to do is you have to step on this wooden platform, and it'll start to descend. You then have to get on the wooden platform before it starts to ascend again, and then you'll get the power star. So, let's do just that, which is made so much easier if you don't have to swim, because you can actually just fall all the way to the bottom and do a little, not fail, and do a little wall kick to get on top of the platform. You have so much time if you do it that way, and it just works out so much better. So that is a much easier way to do Express Elevator Hurry Up. And there's a power star. What you're supposed to do is fall down and then swim through and jump up on top of that platform. But that makes it so difficult. Possible, of course, but so difficult because you have to take the time to swim that it's just not even worth it. Anyway, now we're going to go from literally the worst mission in Mario 64, at least my least favorite, to my absolute favorite. Go to town for red coins. And you might ask, why is this my favorite power star in Mario 64? Well, actually, let me stop on this platform and explain a little bit. This power star, in my opinion, embodies Super Mario 64. This is why, single-handedly, this is why Super Mario 64 is awesome. You see that little cage segment over there? That is where we actually have to go. We haven't gone there before. Go where no Mario has gone before. We have to go in that little cage area. And I had no idea for the longest time how to get into that caged area, and I'm sure I'm not alone on that, because it's actually not very straightforward at all. You have to use the cannon to blast your way over there, and that's something that you might not figure out for a long time, at least I didn't. And finally coming to that realization of using the cannon to blast over to that corner was such a cool moment. I remember it so well, being like, oh, of course that's how you get over there, and then finally getting over here for the first time, and you look down, you discover a tunnel. So you can actually swim through this tunnel over here to get to a whole new area of Wet Dry World. And it has you swim through, the music changes and everything, and you literally have, your first time you play, you have no idea what's at the end of this tunnel. It could be a boss battle, it could be nothing, you know, it could be a dead end. But what you stumble upon is this whole new area of this submerged town, and it's just so cool that it's this whole new environment that never before existed in Wet Dry World, at least to your knowledge. So you can actually hit this crystal switch and lower the water all the way down. And so the exploration aspect is there. The exploration aspect that makes Mario 64 so great is incredibly prominent in this Power Star mission. And then, not only that, but it's absolutely creative. It's so creative in this mission because it forces you to think outside the box. If you look around, speaking of boxes, we have all these boxes floating around, and all these red coins that we have to collect, with the exception of that one, are in these boxes. There is no straightforward, easy way. Oh, this spider got kind of screwed. He got kind of stuck on this little section. Ow, he still managed to hit me, though. Anyway, there is no straightforward way to climb up and get all of these boxes. It forces you to think creatively and think in a way that you wouldn't normally, and, you know, find your own method to get all of these 8 red coins. And in my opinion, that is what Mario 64 is all about. It's about coming up with your own ways to solve problems. Not in a, you know, it doesn't present the platforms. It's like, oh, climb up the platforms to get up there. It's like, no, you have to think of creative ways to get up to these blocks. And, you know, the way I'm going to do it is probably very different from the way that someone else would do it. And coming up with those creative ways on your own, there we go. Haha, the only time the handstand's actually useful. Coming up with those creative ways on your own is, in my opinion, what makes this such a great level. And it's a level that I'll always remember for that reason, because I had to, you know, I'm doing a route now that I remember, but coming up with this way of getting these 8 red coins was just such a nostalgic experience for me, because it was, oh crap, I might not be able to make that one. Nope, I landed on the slanted part. But because it was all about figuring out how to do it, using Mario's moves. You know Mario's moves and what Mario's capable of. Now you have to put those to the test and find a way to get up to the tops of these buildings and collect 8 red coins. For me, that's just such an amazing thing about Mario 64, and that is what the game is all about. So getting those 8 red coins will, of course, result in the Power Star. And if you're actually having trouble with the 100 coin star, you can come to this town area as well. You don't have to wait until the 8 red coin until this Power Star comes up to get here. You can actually come here, I think, since Power Star number 2. So there's way more coins over here. I believe you can get like almost 150 coins in this level. So there we go. There's a Power Star. My favorite Power Star of the game, for the reasons that I said. So I think that embodies Super Mario 64, and that is single-handedly why the game kicks ass. Pardon my French. But now it's time for a quick race through downtown. Another Power Star where we have to get to the town area. So let's quickly go this way and jump into the cannon. This Power Star is actually not as hard as the game intends it to be. It's kind of like Express Elevator, where you find another interesting way to do it. The whole idea of this is you have to race through that town area. You have to grab, you might have seen a Vanish Cap block. We have to use that in this one. You have to grab the Vanish Cap and then run and step on a switch, and then run and, oh, you can overshoot this area, by the way. You can shoot into the abyss and just die. So be careful you don't do that. So you have to grab a Vanish Cap, step on a switch, and then run and get the Power Star before both of those things expire. However, the switch is actually entirely optional, because you can actually do kind of a nifty little jump to totally make the switch unnecessary. So I'll show just getting the switch anyway, but if the switch runs out, don't fret, I can still get the Power Star. So that's actually kind of a cool thing, and it was cool to discover that in this level of Mario 64. That's why, like, when you find new ways to do that, you might think, oh, you know, the creators of the game must be pretty pissed because it means that you kind of broke their levels. But I actually think kind of the opposite. I think it's cool that players are actually exploring the area and thinking so much to find these new ways of doing things that it's just really cool. So anyway, what you're supposed to do is grab the Vanish Cap, run all the way back here, step on the switch, run all the way over here, go through this cage before the Vanish Cap is up, and then jump on this block and jump up here before the switch is up. However, I always have a tough time even doing that regardless, so I don't even care about the switch anymore. What you can just do is jump into that and do a fancy little wall kick to get up here. I find that even easier than using that block anyway. It's pointless. But anyway, there's our Power Star for a quick race through downtown. That's how you're supposed to do it. I don't even bother with that switch. So that finishes up Wet Dry World. One of the most nostalgic courses in Mario 64, probably for that reason. For the reason that that Power Star mission embodies Mario. And it's just incredible. And probably is such a nostalgic experience for a lot of gamers out there, finding that whole town area to begin with. Anyway, here's the most logical explanation for why the camera system works in any video game. Do you remember that Lakitu is following us? Of course he's in the mirror. I thought that was so cool. Anyway, if you also notice, there's a painting on that side, but no painting on this side. That looks kind of suspicious, doesn't it? And one thing I want to mention before I get in there about Wet Dry World, that was actually the level that was featured in the Gut Milk commercials. For Mario 64, there was one of those Gut Milk commercials. But this is Snowman's Land, another hidden course, kind of like how Shifting Sand Land's a hidden course. And I'm actually going to do Snowman's Land totally out of order from what you're supposed to do. Like, completely out of order. And I'm actually going to do the 100 coin star first. and it won't even be with the 8 red coin stars. So I'm just I'm just breaking all the rules in Mario 64 for Snowman's Land. But Snowman's Land is an awesome level. Like, Cool Mountain was a cool snow level, but it was kind of a tease for a truly free-roaming, open snow level. That's what this provides. It's just this big, vast snow level. It's really it's a big level. It really is. And this is an awesome stage, too. And these guys are Mr. Blizzards. If you remember, Mr. Blizzards, they were in Cool Mountain, but they really kind of got popular in Mario Party because they were used a lot as kind of the, you know, the snowman, snow level, snowboards. You saw them everywhere. And it's like, who are these Mr. Blizzards? Like, what does that even mean? And it's like, oh, remember the snowmen from Mario 64? Oh yeah, that's right. Those things were in Mario 64, weren't they? They're kind of pathetic. They fall over pretty fast. You defeat them in the same way as a Mr. I. They do respawn though, so you do have to be careful about that. But anyway, we're gonna grab 100 coin. Ow! Ow! We have to grab 100 coins, and it's really not that tough. But there is an efficient way to do this. I found that this is probably the most efficient way to get the 100 coin star, because of course you can get the 100 coin star with any power star. What's with this wind? I hate this wind and that ant. It's so random and annoying. I just don't like that. Where'd that fly guy go? That's right. I need to get that fly guy. Where did he go? I can't even find him. Oh, there he is. He's still in there. He drops 2 critical coins that I need. There we go. Ha. The coins get affected by the wind? No, of course not. Okay, just jump. Come on, come on, come on. Just run through the wind. Just. Oh, I knew that was going to happen again. I knew that was going to happen again. Just go around. Fine, I'll go around. If that's what makes you happy, game. So anyway, there's another power star that we'll have to get. We'll have to fight that guy. But yeah, just, you know, figuring out how to do the 100 coin star in the most efficient way is actually kind of the cool part about doing a Let's Play of this game. You're never really forced to think along those lines. You kind of just do the 100 coin star whenever you want. But, you know, when you're trying to conserve time... Ow! Stop! Stop that. When you're trying to conserve time and do things in the best way possible, it makes you think, you know, what's the best star, or what's the best way to get the 100 coin star? And in my opinion, this is the best to do it right off the bat, and not even get the 8 red coin star in the process. So, kind of cool. Kind of different from all the other courses, but cool in that, in that it's different. Anyway, for the question I wanted to pose to you guys for the comments, if you care to talk about it, is kind of relating back to Wet Dry World, that whole exploration thing, is what is a time in a video game when you've explored, found a new area, and it was just such a cool experience, because I'm sure that you guys have those gaming experiences, because I do, of finding a new area, finding this new region in a video game that I didn't know anything about, and didn't even know existed, and you just find it, and it's so cool, and it might not even be this cool area, it's just that you found it, and it's so interesting. And it doesn't even have to be in a game like this, in Mario 64, you know, where exploration is encouraged. Super Mario Bros. 3, not many people would think of that as a free-roaming exploration game, because it's not. But there's so many hidden secrets in that I feel like I still haven't found them all, because there's just so, they're so abundant in the little igloo. Speaking of hidden areas, if I can crawl in there and not glitch out, there we go. There's actually an igloo area over here, which is going to continue my getting the 100 coins, and actually that's the power star we're going to get right up there. But anyway, let's punch that Goomba in the face. So yeah, what was a cool hidden secret or something that you found in the video game? I feel like Nintendo games especially encourage that exploration. And I'm not even talking about just Nintendo games though. There's so many hidden Easter eggs and secrets in first-person shooters and all sorts of video games. All video games have secrets and fun things to explore. And I love when in a video game, exploration is rewarded. That is like one of the best things about video games. And one of my favorite things about any game is when it's designed in such a way that exploration is rewarded. For me, if you want a more modern example, even think of Skyrim. I think it's called Blackreach. The whole area that you find is under Skyrim. There's this whole hidden area under there. That was so cool for me to find out. I had no idea that was there. Anyway, I'm going to talk to the Bob-omb buddy. He's going to prepare the cannon for me so I can now use that in all future Power Stars. But yeah, just if you want, just feel free to share a moment in video games when you know, you felt that, and there's the 100 coin star for that matter, when you felt that level of exploration just being totally rewarded. And actually, now that I'm thinking, okay, I was going to be like, it's not going to trap me inside that ice block, is it? No, it didn't. So this was almost another one too. I found the igloo a lot sooner than I found, you know, that little town area in Wet Dry World. But it was cool to find just this whole nother little area over here. There's the next Power Star that's into the igloo. Again, the 83rd Power Star. Short-lived. That's actually star number 6 in Wet Dry, or not Wet Dry World, in Snowman's Land. See, I have Wet Dry World on. But anyway, now that we got Power Star number 6, and now that we got the cannon, you might ask, why the hell did I do it way out of order? But now that we have the cannon, we can actually take some pretty major shortcuts to get other Power Stars, including Snowman's big head, which is normally we have to climb all the way to the top on this big long winding path. But with the cannon, you can actually just blast up there and claim the Power Star just like that. No need to even climb around that whole winding path. Just blast up there and get the Power Star. That's Snowman's big head. Awesome. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep abusing our cannon privileges. Chill with the bully. Actually, I'm not going to do chill with the bully next. I'm going to do Power Star number 4, which is whirl from the freezing pond. Although I don't even need to even whirl from the freezing pond anymore. Now that I have the cannon, I can just blast over there and totally skip everything. Although this might not go very well. Hold on, let's see where this is going to drop me off. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This water, by the way, actually hurts you if you're in it because it's so cold. That's the whole point. If you read a sign over there, it's like, this water is so cold that it hurts just to be in it, and your health depletes really fast. So this is what you're supposed to do, is jump on that thing, just like what I did before, and there's a Power Star in that block. So we're just going to go through the Power Stars so fast in Snowman's Land now. But, unfortunately, I'm going to leave it at that for this video. We're kind of out of time. We've been going on for a while, so this is Let's Play Super Mario 64. This is Shadow Mario 41. In the next video, we're going to beast through the remainder of the Power Stars for Super Mario 64. I bet you like that cannon trick, though. That's why getting the cannon is so critical in Snowman's Land right away. It just helps skip so many things and go so much faster. But, like I said, this is Shadow Mario 41. See you guys next time for more Super Mario 64. Ciao.